Good morning, traders. So, still using the Bill Williams theory, we'll be looking at the Dow Jones now. Now, yesterday we got the continuation to the downside, which was kind of expected. And currently we're sitting, I don't think we've quite hit this level yet. Well, we have actually. So you can see there's our inside tail. That was the first target area. And obviously I'm still looking for a little bit more. But based on what I saw yesterday, I got out of my short trade, rather banked the profit and moved on with life because it wasn't looking very interesting. Now, what has happened is you can see oscillator is starting to group back the upside. Now, every time it groups the upside on the daily, there is a big downside move that comes. Okay, bear in mind we have earnings season starting next week. We've got non-farm payrolls today. So I suspect we're going to be relatively quiet through the morning session, and we'll have to wait and see what the data, all the data that's going to come out later this afternoon, to see what that does to the market. So yesterday's jobs report wasn't really good. That's pretty much why we fell. And then also there was Chinese data that came out that also drove the market down. Now, the big concern in the US markets is that the trade war is now finally starting to take effect and affect the economy. So the proof of the matter is going to be from the earnings reports. Okay, so, and I suppose that's why we are kind of just hovering around here, waiting. Nobody's really committing to any long-term trades at this stage until they know exactly what's going on. Watching the safe haven assets, which you can see people starting to get into those safe havens. I have a very strong feeling that this downside move is not over. Okay. So let's just run through the time frames here. So the 4 hour, you can see how choppy this was. And pretty much we battled and battled to get going. We moved the downside, we moved back the upside, we moved the downside, and then you got lots of tails, lots of barbed wire. Not much that's happening here. Now, the thing that's worrying me is I have the oscillator grouped to the downside here. Okay, I have a pretty strong trend line that has formed at the moment. The problem is I've got one to the top as well. Okay, so that is a falling wedge. So that is a bit of a worry in my life. And we did have quite a seriously sleeping alligator as well at one stage. So now we've pointed to the downside. I'm still not entirely convinced. And the other thing that I'm concerned about, so that was the first one. So you had the 61.8, which is pretty much on this inside bar here. Let's just put that in. Okay. So I've taken out of this trade, so it's not really bugging me much at the moment. And there you've got next most logical target is down in this area, which lines up with the 61.8. Okay, now what is concerning me right now, we look at the 4 hour, is we do have an indecision range bar followed by a pin bar. Now this pin bar could be seen as a wise man number one entry. Okay, now where is the entry? Let's just get rid of all the noise. The entry will be on a break above this pin bar. Okay, where's your stop? Your stop is below the pin bar. Okay, so that means pretty much just a little bit above, a little bit below. So 270 point stop loss. Okay, so that is a potential wise man number one. If we just look at the 1 hour, you'll see there's a fractal and there's no fractal there, but there is a swing low. Okay, so that makes sense. So if you look at it, how do I put it? If you just look at it logically, you'll see this was the level. There's my inside tail. We try to break through, buy a stepped in to try to keep it above the level, and then we pushed it down. We're now testing this level. Okay, so a break above the level is going to give us the opportunity to move the upside, or alternatively, it's testing the breakout and we're going to move the downside. So this pin bar on the 4 hour, which is actually an inside bar with follow through on the hour, so this is a bullish pattern. These two bars and these two bars together, that's a bullish pattern. But look at the oscillator. Oscillator's grouping up here as well. Okay, so if we come back to the half hour, the simplicity of this is quite interesting actually. So if we break above this fractal, expect more upside. If we break below this fractal, expect more downside. That simple. Okay, this level here is sitting at 22,807, and the bottom level here is sitting at 22,509. Okay, so lower time frames gives us a potential bottom. However, look at the half hour, look at the oscillator here, and look at this. Okay, so anyway, guys, short and sweet on this at the moment. There's one other thing that we need to just point out here, and that is that this downward trend has broken, and this little downward trend was pretty much a falling wedge. Okay, so you would probably expect a bit more of a rally here, but I'm not entirely convinced it's a turning point. So probably just a couple of bit of profit taking on the shorts happening. This thing coming back up to test the alligator again on the 4 hour, and then another move to the downside. Okay, expect a lot of up and down movements at the moment. If I look at the 12-minute, you can see. So if you're trading a 12-minute, the trend is up at the moment. It has changed, and you're looking to get long. But I would still watch these levels. This is a fairly significant level. This 22,800. We get to the weekly. I think on the weekly. There we look on the daily. Not pretty much just one bar, but yeah, if you're looking at the lower time frames, you can see it's a fairly significant level. Okay, you can see on the hour every tail pretty much has been challenged. See, there's the inside tail, and it was challenged there. It's challenged here. Here's your inside tail. It's been challenged again. Okay. So yeah, that's me for today. And in actual fact, with the non-farm payrolls today, I normally, if there's something in the morning, I'll trade it in the morning. Otherwise, I'll wait for the non-farm payrolls and trade whatever result comes out of that. Okay, so that's it for me. Watch these two fractal levels, because those are the levels that are going to indicate a direction. And at this stage, you may get a little bit of a breakthrough of this level. Come and hit the top of the wedge, which is also the 200 moving average on the 30-minute. And that there would be an opportunity for me to get short. Okay, so that's kind of my view on this at the moment. Still looking for shorts and just looking for a better rally to get into a short. Anyway, guys, that's it for now. Hope it helps, and I'll catch you later. Cheers for now.